Denji, the Chainsaw Man. Note that we might be getting to spoilers, but it won't be related to the main plot of the series, so here's your warning. Denji is a very simple but well thought out character, and doesn't want anything in his life other than boobs. Being brought up most on his own, he bonded with a devil pet, who is a mini chainsaw, going throughout his life killing devils for money to pay off the debt that his father owed to a mob boss. Later then, he gets stabbed in the back by the people he owed the money to, and gets chopped up into pieces. Then, in order to save Denji's life, the devil then bonded with Denji, forming a contract. From this, it saves his life, and he's able to use the abilities of the Chainsaw Devil and become a living weapon. When talking about Denji being a simple character, there isn't much he really strives for in the series. He mostly wants to experience very simple things in life, and being a teenager, he wants to experience physical touch with women. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting. Men want one thing, and it's boobs. Throughout the series, Denji has very simple goals, where throughout the story around him, it gets more complex. He has very little understanding of what's going on with the world around him, and Denji wants to destroy everything in his path. From this, whenever he fights other devils, he has the ability to regenerate. There was multiple times in the series where he would get decapitated and torn apart to pieces, but then come back as if nothing ever happened. From all of this, we are able to gather enough information about him to make an amazing monster build for this character. Now, why don't we make him in Monster Hunter World? Hello everyone, my name is SkojSkull and welcome your faces to another video. Today we have an interesting video where we combine the likes of anime and Monster Hunter into one shredding video of goodness to make builds related to an individual character from the anime. Today we thought of making Denji's build. Also, just for warning, these sets are not meta, they are created more for fun as we make this set lean more towards how the character works in the personality. Since the game has been out for a while, we decided to go a little more towards the end game side of things for Monster World Iceborne, so there will be difficult things to achieve throughout the game, like certain 4-slot decorations that may be hard to come by because of the RNG in the game. Then there are also some charms that involve a lot of grinding to get. So the builds we will be making for older release games might be leaning more towards the end game portion of Monster Hunter. This just gives us the ability to add more skills to the builds that match the personality more for the anime characters that we choose. For this set, it consists of Soulfire Scourge Ruin, the Rose Headpiece A+, the Brachydium Male B+, Brachydium Braces B+, the Clockwork Coil B+, and then the Buff Legs A+. Since the mantles are a thing in Monster Hunter World, we included Rocksteady and Challenger mantles. Again, most of this is an endgame grind, so be prepared. So our weapon of choice is a Soulfire Scourge Ruin, which is actually a Lunasta Switch Axe mixed with a little bit of Nergigante. Aside from choosing this weapon based on its design to match Denji's chainsaw mode that best we can, it actually has an interesting ability when using this. In Monster World Iceborne, they gave a lot of weapons different skills involved in them. And kind of like how Cold Rough weapons act as an armor piece when activating a certain skill. We go more into this in our anime build with Tsunade as well. For this weapon, though it has the skill Haste and Recovery, what this does is that it regenerates your health as you continually attack a monster. So after certain hits on a monster, you get a bit of health back that you have lost. This does work differently from the health augment you get on a weapon, since with health augment, you get health per hit on a monster. This really fits well with Denji, especially with the ability to get health back as you continually do damage on the monster. In the series, there's multiple instances to which he would continuously do damage to devils until they would literally give up and allow Denji to kill them after a barrage of attacks. Going off of Denji's incredible ability to heal while attacking, we decided to give him more health recovery skills. We added Recovery Up. What Recovery Up does is that increases the amount recovered when restoring health, and since we have it up to level 3, it'll give us 30%. So yeah, we're definitely not dying. You will not lose a single ounce of health with these skills, especially with Haste and Recovery skill. All this combined is definitely not needed since he has the tendency not to die a lot and just recover incredibly fast. We thought it would best represent his character. So something that was added differently in Monster World Iceborne was secret skills. What the secret skills do is that they increase a specific skill that it is meant for. In this case, we have 2 Raging Brachydios armor pieces. which raises the maximum level of the Agitator skill called Brachydios Will. What Agitator does is that it increases attack power and affinity when the large monsters become enraged. The base max for Agitator without Secret is level 5, while active grants attack plus 20 and increases affinity by 10%. So since we have this Secret skill activated for Agitator, we can now have it all the way up to level 7, which in this case, while active, grants attack plus 28 and increases affinity by 20%. This fits well with the series since over time, once the enemy learns more and more about the character, they want to kill him. For the damage portion of Denji's build, we want to include things that will definitely show how intense his character is. With the ability to have chainsaws come out of every main point of the body and shred through his opponents, we want to give him as much damage as possible when going after monsters. We included attack boost, which increases attack power, also improves the affinity at higher levels. As we have it at level 6, we have attack plus 18 and affinity plus 5. Then because we have extra attack deco in the Rocksteady mantle, you get an extra 3 attack for 21 attack when the mantle is activated. Next up we have Critical Eye, which its sole purpose is to increase affinity. Since we have it at level 7, it increases affinity up to 40%. And we have Heartbreaker, which for the chainsaw works perfectly because of his, well, chainsaws. As he shreds through his opponents, breaking off the enemy one piece at a time, this works perfectly. Since we have the skill at level 3, it makes it really easy to break parts off monsters. So part damage goes up by 30%. It included skill Fortify, and with this skill, it temporarily increases your attack and defense every time you faint. So it increases attack by 10% and defense by 15% with each use. With Heroics, it increases attack power and defense when the health drops to 35% or lower. So while active, it increases attack power by 15% and increases defense by 100 points. In the series, he was trapped in a location created by a powerful devil. The only way Denji would be able to escape was to continuously damage the devil until they gave up because of how much pain they are in. While doing this, Denji was also getting really injured, but because of the blood, he drinks up as he is able to recover and do more damage until the devil gave up. This works really well with Heroics because of his near-death experiences every time he gets damage. Then finally, in order to help complement the Switch Axe, we added Power Prolonger. With Power Prolong, it allows certain weapons like the Switch Axe to stay powered up longer. So with everything included we have up to, since Denji dies countless times in the series, and with the will to never give up, gets stronger after every time he dies. This will work perfectly. Also, as a side note, we added Rocksteady Mantle because of how Denji attacks in the series and being in the face of every opponent and not worried of his body at all because he is basically immortal. Then with the Challenger Mantle because everywhere he goes, everyone wants to fight him. Thank you all so much for watching. Just a reminder, these sets are not meta, so we included a few endgame materials for this build. There are definitely different ways the build can be made, so we would love to see what you come up with. If you enjoyed these videos, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want more of these. If you have any recommendations of anime characters that you would like to see a monster or build for, leave it in the comments down below. Also, just wanted to say a big thank you to Ulysses for the support over at Patreon. It's just a little something that helps, so then there will be more videos like this. See you all in the next one.